This is episode 108, a solo episode with me, Tiffany Hinton, and today we're diving into finding balance in the chaos, the power of community. Hey love, it's Tiffany and welcome back to Cultivating Guts Podcast, a sacred space where we explore how to live with more peace, joy, and a vibrant balance in our busy lives. I'm I can't even talk this morning. That's so funny. I'm genuinely super excited to be back with you. Lately, I've had a lot of deep, soulful moments, especially with the eclipse, the embodiment work that I'm doing. I did a mother woman class last night. A lot of realizations and inspiration that I've just had to bring back to this podcast. And so today's topic, it's super close to my heart, right? The idea of the power of community. I'm also video recording this episode. So if you ever wish to see us in a chat face-to-face over a warm cup of tea or grab your morning coffee, you can catch me on YouTube at youtube.com/Tiffany Hinton. And if you're already watching, hi, beautiful. I see you, and I'm so grateful you're here this morning with us. This week, we've been reflecting on how deeply healing and powerful community is, especially for women like us, moms, leaders, caretakers, whether you're taking care of your own children, you're taking care of your parents, or someone else. And we are constantly holding space for others, which can be exhausting. I wanted to dedicate this episode to unpacking the power and sharing stories of connection that have brought real transformation through my own life and from women inside the grounding and glowing community, our membership. So before we dive in, a couple of things. If you could do me a favor, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review the Cultivating Guts podcast on your favorite app and send me a screenshot of the review to Tiffany at cultivatingguts.com via email, and I will send you a gift. I will send you one of our we'll probably send you, it'll be one of our movements or kriyas, I think Stress Buster. I can send you out the video for Stress Buster so that you have that and you can use it anytime you feel overwhelmed, anxious, or just you're ready to pop your top and explode. And while you're listening, take a screenshot of a favorite moment and tag me on Instagram at I am Tiffany Hinton. I love resharing your takeaways, hearing what resonated most with you as you listen to the podcast. And if you're on camera, this is Sunny, our new kitten. She can be somewhat annoying. She likes to be outside. She came from a horse farm and was born in a barn, for real. So with that, so truly thank you for being part of our sacred community. Your presence here helps us grow and reach more women who need this work in their lives. So let's take a quick moment and I will dive into an ad. I'm just going to be like self-promoting, no shame, right? So if you are someone who needs tools, you need energy that is deeply woven in your life, you need a way to find balance so you're not coming home at night ready to just explode. You're not always reaching for a glass of wine or a glass of whiskey or something else. If you just need a way to be like, whoosh, and now I feel relaxed again, I would invite you to join our Grounded and Glowing community. You can get the first 7 days for free. It's $19 a month. We do one live stream every month where you get to join me live once a month, normally at 7 p.m. Central in the evening. We go through a kriya for the theme of the month. There are sound baths available. There's herbal recipes, downloads. There are many, many things out there that you can do. There's quick little micro moment resets to reset your own energy and so much more in our community. And I would invite you to join the Grounded and Glowing community. The link will be below. And with that, we're going to dive into the podcast. All right, welcome to Cultivating Guts. I am using a new format where I have an outline. Normally, I would hop on the podcast and I would just talk until I was done talking. But today, I'm going to actually try this new format and we'll see how it goes. But I actually have an outline of what we're going to cover. We're talking about why community is the missing piece for so many overwhelmed moms, okay? And so I want to share a couple of stories with you. I can remember for myself at one point, not too far in the past, where I was sitting alone on purpose, feeling like I didn't have support. I have 3 kids at home, And a lot of times my husband is in school. So he's in school in the evening working on a new degree, an additional degree, I guess I should call it, along with, working a full-time corporate job just like myself. And there are times where, even though I know I'm not a single mom, I feel like it. Or if he's traveling for work, I can actually talk last year he traveled to New York. He had to speak at a conference. He was super excited. I was excited for him. And yet I was doing it all. And one of my own biggest fears is being a single mom. For whatever reason, it's just a fear that I will not be able to do it. I will not be good enough. I will end up like my own mother who went into depression when she had to be a single mom, right? And I will put stress on my oldest that maybe won't be necessarily so good for her. And so that's one of my own deep core fears as we start to unpack this. But so Will's in New York. I'm trying to get people to gymnastics practice. I'm trying to get into the office 3 days a week. I'm trying to make sure everybody gets on the bus for school. Trying to make sure they have food. They got to feed the chickens, the rabbits, the turtle, the cats at home, like our zoo of animals. Plus, make sure the laundry gets done. And there was a moment where I was just like, I can't do it. My body just can't do this. This is just too much. And at that point, you have to decide, like, how do you continue? And one of the biggest things is actually being able to talk to somebody. It's crazy, but those little, whether you want to call it a rant or community support, or even being able to say, hey, I need some help. And I know that's one of the hardest things for us as women is to raise our hand and ask for help. But during that time, we have construction happening. I hope this is not super loud. Hopefully it's not picking it up as much. But during that time, I had to actually ask somebody to bring Liliana home from gymnastics. It was like there was just too much. There was too much happening at the exact same time. And I had to say, hey, send a text. Can you help me with this? I also had to ask one of my neighbors, even though I'm here, but I'm yet trying to do it all, to be like, can you run over to my house and just collect the eggs before they freeze? Because it was still cold enough out that they would have frozen. She's like, yeah, no problem. But it takes that community for life to go round. And I know in our modern age, especially in the Western world, the thought that you can't do it all, that you can't be the boss, that you can't be the lady who has it all put together, it's a little bit self-defeating. But you have to remember that we were never meant to do it all by ourselves. We were always meant to have community. We were always meant to have support. So many corporate moms are doing it all, leading at work, showing up at home, but feeling completely alone. Harvard Health published in 2021 that social connection boosts our physical health, improves immune function, and increases our longevity. And the American Psychological Association, the APA, has a study out saying that loneliness increases the risk of stress related to disease and depression. So being socially connected is as protective as quitting smoking, is what Harvard went on to say. Now, I will say that the reason and the science behind this and what they're finding has to do with heart math. And so you can go out and you can look up Heart Math Institute and look at their science. But basically our hearts vibrate and create a frequency. They create a sound wave. They create an energetic frequency. Just like if there was a frog sitting in water and he was croaking, you would see the circles go out in the water. Our bodies do the same thing. So when we're physically around people and there's connection, our hearts talk to each other through these waves. So that also helps with not just the feeling of love and connection and community and our own well-being, but we also have this sense of oxytocin's getting generated when we hug each other or when we shake hands or when we have great conversations and we just walk away feeling good. The heart allows us through that vibrational connection to send out love to others by just thinking about it. It's truly amazing. So some real stories, right? Transformation happens faster when you're not alone. I can tell you that feeling isolated creates more feeling of aloneness. The The idea that I'm on top of it all, I'm getting it all done, but yet nobody's seeing it. You're not getting acknowledged. That can also create a feeling of being unworthy, unseen, unheard, which can energetically show up in our chakras. It can show up in our body. But when you join a live session, whether it's live online and you're on Zoom, or you're on a live stream and your video is on and you can see each other and you can have those interactions, or you can chat with each other in the chat online, or you show up in person, right? We get this feeling of acknowledgement. We get this feeling of community. We get this feeling of I'm supported. And those are so vital for our own physical health, our emotional health. It's amazing. And so I have a friend that I can tell when she's not in community. What ends up happening is she starts to go deeper and deeper and deeper down to disconnectedness, being disassociated, and she may not leave her house for 3 months. And I know to some that's going to sound like, oh my God, that's extreme, right? But it's not extreme in the environment in which we live in. And yet the biggest change is the phone call, reaching out and saying, hi, how are you? What are you doing? You want to go out? She may say no. She may decline the invites, but eventually those reach outs, those conversations turn into an hour, 45 minutes, us going out for food. We go out and do other fun stuff. Those things matter. They matter for me when people reach out and be like, I haven't seen you online for a while. What's going on? They matter for other women. They matter for our community. I can tell you personally, before joining some of the online groups that I'm in, the online yoga groups, the mastermind groups, I honestly thought self-care was something that was solo. You took a walk alone so you could hear your own thoughts. You took a bath by yourself. You locked the bathroom door. I used to belong to a group where I did workouts, like HIIT workouts and other physical fitness, but by myself. Nobody ever said, hey, I'm in the same group. You want to come hang out in my living room and we'll do it together. We'll do the class together, even though we're doing it online or we're doing it in like a recording. But hearing other moms say, me too. I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing it by myself. I'm playing the VHS tape alone. I'm taking my walks alone. I have a neighbor, and when we have a chance, we love to walk together. And when we walk together, we have great conversations. And she's always like, can we do another lap? Can we do an extra lap? Because we just like to be around each other. Do you want to come to my house when we're done walking and have tea? Do you want to stop over and whatever, right? It just, that community connection, once you have it, it just continues to want to grow more, to come out more. And it's important for our lives. It's important for us. So even as a wellness guide, I didn't heal until I found my people, right? And it's the truth. And you got to find your people, wherever your people are. Your people might be at your church. They might be in your women's group. I have my chicken people. I have my garden people. I have my new moon people. I have my holistic people. I have my people. And then you'll have your besties. And my girls will say, Mom, you have no friends. But really, I have 4. I have 4 BFFs, not just 1. I got 4. And I love these women so much. We retreat together. We go on vacations together. One of them is at the gym, and I'll go over to the gym and Lily will be at practice for 4 hours. Frankie will be there for 2.5 hours, and I will sit and have a conversation with this lady all the time. We talk at the gymnastics meets. When we have away meets, we try to stay at the same hotel. We like each other, and we love our conversation, and we feel this connection, and it's truly amazing. I have the same thing with the chicken group. I have the same thing with my gardening friends. You got to find those places, because that's where you find healing. You find your community, you find your people. And if you're looking for a community, come check out Grounding and Glowing. We're here for you. All right, I'm going to go through some tips here as we kind of run through this podcast episode, right? Some things that you can do to start to build connection in your life and to find your community. Start with micro moment connections. Look for connections in small ways. They might be online groups, they might be spiritual circles, women's events, or even commenting on somebody else's Instagram story or Instagram post and starting to have a conversation online so that eventually you get to meet them in person and you have this lifelong friend and you have this person you're like, oh my gosh, I know so much about them. I could sit here and talk for hours. But those micro moments are important. They produce the oxytocin in our brain, which is our bonding hormone. It's our happiness hormone, right? And it's released in those short interactions where you're sharing a ritual. The second one is find a safe and aligned space. Choose places where vulnerability is welcomed. Look for shared values in these spaces, people that share the same values as you, whether it's around holistic healing and health, or it's around honesty and truth, or maybe it's spirituality. But people that have the same values as you, you're going to feel more comfortable sharing when you need support. You're going to feel more comfortable sharing your own truth. You're going to feel more comfortable asking questions to learn more and to have that open-minded curiosity. Look for consistent engagement. Don't go join a community where it's a ghost town. Look for somewhere where you're going to get conversation happening, where you're going to have people commenting back, where there's going to be, things that make it feel more like it's for you. Maybe you crave voice. Maybe you just want to read. Maybe, I don't know, whatever it is, right? And then look for groups like Grounded and Glowing where you have guided practices that you do together. When I was doing functional medicine coaching, we would be doing menus that were already provided. I would provide out to the group, guide them through, and we would be then sharing our trip to the grocery store or what it looked like after we cooked, because we were doing it together in community, even though we were cooking at home, and sharing the videos, sharing the pictures, sharing whatever it was. It created more community, and it created these women that now when they see each other, they're like, oh my gosh, do you remember? Oh, I know that person, right? And that is what we want in our lives. We need that. We need that for our physical health, to be honest. The third thing you can try is to embrace shared accountability. Stanford had a study in 2015. I get that it's 10 years old, but it's still valuable. They had a study in 2015 where people who committed to health goals with peers that supported them were 76% more likely to follow through. And that's why it's important. Health happens in community, not in isolation. Find that group that's going to support you on whatever your goals are. Find that group where you can say, hey, I showed up and I screwed up. I didn't do what I said I was going to do, but they're there to hug you and love you and help you on and continue to support you when you get back on the wagon, or you get back into the space, or you finally have time for another meditation, but for the last 10 days you didn't have time. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We're busy moms. We get it. Life is busy. All right. So with that, guys, you're not meant to do this alone. You don't have to. I want to invite you to join the Grounded and Glowing membership. We've got a Telegram group where you can drop in. You can leave a voice note. I'll voice memo you back. Real-time love, real-time stories, real-time what's happening, how can we support you, inspiration. You're going to get comments back from other people in the group. We have a monthly live session where you jump on video. We do breath work. We do movement together. We do a Kriya that's in line with the theme of the month. And there's a deep connection. You can chat with each other in the chat. You can continue that for 3 days, 7 days, 10 days, 15 days, and continue to get the accountability if you really loved it and you want to keep doing it. It's a safe space for working moms, built by one, for all moms, right? You don't have to look like me to be part of our community. You don't have to live in Chicago to be part of our community. It's $19 a month. It's affordable. And if you can't even afford $19, reach out. We'll figure something out, because it's not about exclusion. It's about inclusion, helping all of the busy moms find space for healing, find guided wellness, and to find a community that is there for them, that supports them. If you're craving connection and if you want to stop pretending everything is fine, I have a big problem with the word fine. Fine is the word you say when you don't want to be honest with yourself or others. So if you're ready to stop pretending everything is fine when it's not, we're here. We're here to support you. We're here to hug you. We're here to love you. We're here to help you find a better way. Your next step is simple. Tap the link below in the show notes and come sit with us in Grounded and Glowing. Come join our community of like-minded women. We're busy, but we're here for you, and we're here for each other. And I would love to have you join us. All right, my loves, I hope this episode landed deeply for you. Whether it was a quote, a story, or a spark of hope, I'd love to hear what your favorite part was. Share with me on Instagram at @Tiffany Hinton, or send me an email or a message, a direct message. And if you tried out one of the 3 practices that I shared with you, definitely let me know. How did it feel in your body? How did it feel in your heart? What did it change for you? Did it not work? Did it work? Tell me. Let me know. Give me some feedback. Here's one of my favorite reminders when it comes to community. When women come together with a collective intention, magic happens. It's that simple. Satnam. And know that I see you and I love you. You're not alone. If this episode moved you, inspired you, or felt like medicine, please share it with your sisters and your mamas. Text it to a friend or send it to that mama who's been feeling overwhelmed and could use a breath of fresh air. And as a special thank you for listening, I want you to go grab my newest movement video. You can find it on YouTube in our movement series at youtube.com/Tiffany Hinton. It'll help stabilize your energy, calm your nervous system, and it's totally free waiting for you online. Plus, we got a live event coming up April 10th, again at Healing Light Wellness Center right before the full moon. And it's in Buffalo Grove, Illinois. So if you're in the Chicagoland area, it's about 30 to 40 minutes north of the city. We start at 6 p.m. We are in the EE system space. You're getting the scalar waves, the photon waves, all of that deep healing. We're going to be gathered in a sacred circle, movement, breath, and creating a real shift in our energy, releasing and detoxing, which is what full moon energy is all about. You can find all the details below in our show notes or over on my Instagram page, along with our stress relief toolkits for busy mamas and so much more. Check out our website, cultivatingguts.com. Until next time, stay grounded and keep glowing.